my thumbnails, they kind of suck. Although it is kind of sad to say with how poorly they're performing, I do try, but I don't know what I'm doing. That results in, for every 1,000 people that see my video, about 10 people will actually click on the video. So I figured instead of sitting around like twiddling my thumbs hoping to stumble across a good thumbnail every now and then, I figured I'd do a little bit of research, figure out how to make a good thumbnail, see if it helps them perform a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my subscription box, my homepage. I'm just going to look at all the thumbnails there. I'm not going to click on any videos, kind of figure out what it is about them that I like. So yeah, I'm going to go do that, and then I'll be back to share some of my findings with you all. And so I sat down, did my research, looked through some of my favorite content creators' thumbnails, as well as some of YouTube's top creators just in general. And I jotted down notes of what it is that they do in their thumbnails. And well, this is what I found. There's about 3 to 5 things on the screen. This is typically like a person's face or multiple people's faces, arrows, circles, and like text. And then the last one is like crazy faces. Mr. Beast is a really big one to make his head really big and pop out. And so now I have all this information. The only thing that I need to do is to, well, go and make the thumbnails. So I'm going to make thumbnails for my last 5 videos using these skills and tips and tricks that I just learned here today, except I'm actually running late and I need to go to the gym. So I'm going to go do that first. And then when I get back, we'll work on these thumbnails. And well, we should all know by now that you cannot trust a man with 2 thumbs up. Why, you may be asking? Because did I come home and work on the thumbnails like I said I was going to? No. In fact, so it's like a week later and a lot's happened. And no, I don't mean about the thumbnails because, well, I haven't recreated a single thumbnail, and the thumbnail I just made for my last video also not performing the best either. You see, after I left last week to go to the gym, I had like a lung spasm or something, and I felt really light, like I was gonna pass out or something. And so I kind of, took it easy for a couple of days, and then I ended up going to go shoot a music video, which was really, really dope actually. And then most importantly, I got this new chair. But besides this astronomical news of me now having a pink chair, my latest video is currently sitting at 45 views and with a click-through rate of 0.9%. It's not very good. I think the goal for most people is to have a click-through rate of around 10%. I think like 8% is kind of average. And so I'm well below that. So that's a big thing. My click-through rate right now is sitting below 1%, kind of on average between most of my videos. I mean, literally just taking this video, for example, we're sitting at a 0.9% click-through rate. If we were to just like times that by 10, we'd be at 450 views with a 9% click-through rate. So yeah, I think that's just kind of my big thing right now, to see if I can remake these thumbnails and see if I can get those click-through rates closer to that like 5%. 5% is the goal, but we'll see. And finally, I sat down slaving away making these thumbnails, and honestly, it was a pretty good time, and well, I think they turned out pretty well. So silly me, I never actually showed you guys the original thumbnails, so here are those. Boo, ew, gross, no, so not clickable, disgusting. And then here are the new thumbnails. Ooh, wow, we like that. That's so clickable, so great. We love that. Yes, wow, nice. So ultimately, the first 5 thumbnails, they really were just kind of a test run to see if I can learn a couple of tips and tricks and implement them into what I was already doing. And well, it worked for the most part. The 2 videos that ended up performing the worst were my Ludwig video and my 2022 video, and those click-through rates, they stayed exactly the same. So that's pretty solid. And then the other 3 videos actually increased by 0.1%, but an increase nonetheless. Ultimately, that was just kind of a test. So the only thing to do now is try it on newly uploaded videos and see if we can have some luck there. So we're gonna try it 2 times and just gotta see what we can do for the next 2 weeks. And so I began the challenge, and well, attempt number 1 didn't go too hot. You see, the video was about these weird websites that I was stumbling across, and the video was actually a lot of fun to make. However, I was kind of a little stumped on how to make a good thumbnail representing the websites. And so I did what any sane person would do. I went to YouTube and searched up exactly what I was going to title my video, and saw these two thumbnails here. And well, we see that these two thumbnails are very similar to one another, so I figured if I did the same thing, maybe I can get in on some of those views. And well, this was attempt number 1. Yeah, that one, it didn't go over too well, but within the first couple of hours of uploading, I tried to redeem myself by coming up with this. And well, it did about as good as any of the other thumbnails on my channel, so we weren't seeing improvement, but I mean, it was better than what it was initially. And now that meant that I only had one more chance. Well, for this video, of course, because I mean, I'm going to continue making videos down the line, but I only had one more chance for this challenge. And so that meant that I need to make an excellent thumbnail to my video about weird Instagram reels. However, I didn't know exactly what to do until, you know who else just uploaded a thumbnail in the commentary community? Jarvis Johnson. So I basically looked at his thumbnail. He's talking about TikTok videos. I'm talking about Instagram videos. So I'm like, okay, we should be able to make something here. And well, this is what I came up with. It's like bar for bar. I'm mimicking his thumbnail down to a T, I feel like. I think I did a pretty good job, and it's pretty ridiculous, but also very, very simple. I'm hoping that the text isn't too much, but I don't think it will be. So that's what we're going with, and yeah, we're gonna upload this and see what happens. And well, who'd have thought that the solution to my problem was plagiarism? Thank you, Jarvis Johnson. Thank you all for watching. Tell your people that you love them, and I'll see you all next week.